afternoon. How are you today, Kadish?
I'm alright.
That's good. Well, I do have to ask you if it would be okay if this session will be recorded.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, what has been going on with you this week? Is there anything exciting that happened or anything?
Just a regular day. Work. Come home. Take care of some simple things, and that's about it. Just the regular.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about what a day looks like for you.
Work. Feed my dog. Take her out for a walk. Check on my emails, things like that. Check up on my school stuff. See if I have any events as far as bookings go. And, just really basically checking off the important things that need to be taken care of. Checking on bills, making sure that those are kept up, make sure that there's nothing due that day or that week. Just things like that, the simple things, and then getting dinner together and getting ready for the next day, making sure that I'm getting those things done so that way I'm prepared going forward. So just simple things like that.
Okay, so it sounds like your day-to-day includes a lot of work. What do you do for fun? Like, what do you do for pleasure?
Maybe go to some arcade rooms. Probably practice DJing a little bit. Going out of town. Going to new restaurants. Just things like that. Nothing really like out to like clubs and stuff like that. I'm not really into things like that. I'm more of a closed-in type of person, so I'll go out every now and then to like a nice little bar or something with like a friend or two or three or whatever, but not all the time. I'm just not really an out there kind of person like I used to be.
Okay, so what did you do for pleasure this week?
Went to movies. Washed my car. What else did I do? What else did I do? Shoot. I'm trying to remember. Jeez Louise. Movies, washed my car, and how can I forget? I'm really trying to think. Oh, and I, went and got a crab boil and stuff for dinner, so yeah. Just something like to take myself out to do. So, which helped me because I actually started thinking of things I could do going forward. So.
Well, that's good. Self-care is very crucial for anyone and everyone because burnout is totally real. And I know you said that you stress with completing tasks. I do remember also from the previous session, you stated that you basically stop yourself from taking risks. Have you taken any risks since our previous session?
No, not recently, no. Nothing really in that case. Sadly, but sorry.
What do you think is holding you back from taking a risk at all?
I'm not say it's just anything really holding me back. It's just, I guess, thinking about the outcome or what could possibly be, but just something like that. You try to take a risk and you stop and pause and think, okay, what could possibly be the outcome of this realistically, or, will this benefit me, or is this worth doing? So it's just simple questions like that that will make an individual wonder, those things. So, and it's not nothing really holding me back. It's just those questions that I ask myself, which allow me to take a second and think, which I feel isn't a bad thing either, because that allows you to stop and think before making a decision or making an attempt at something that could ultimately be a bad thing or a good thing. But that's why I say that allows me to pause for a second and think okay, do I really feel like this is worth taking a risk? So stuff like that.
What about risk pertaining to your goals that you said that you were working on last week in our session? About school, about, your finances?
Yeah, as far as school, it's getting closer towards finishing the semester this spring. So for me, it's more of just making that first step, which is reaching out to my advisors, figuring out, what is next, what is the layout for me going forward right now to the next semester or even this summer.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it would be reaching out, touching bases, setting a meeting, and then the next step would be getting to that meeting, figuring out what's the best layout for me to go into the summer and into the fall. And then that'll just take its course, and I think that'll flow easily and simply, simple, because I've been through there before. Um, as far as, finances, that's good as well as in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that I've sat down and started figuring out what will be taken care of next after that, how this will be done, what's that's gonna be done, how much is this, how much is that, start to get an idea
Mm-hmm.
of what's going to happen going forward, or how things may look, or how I'm looking financially, and what's taken care of and what I need to do. So I have a better idea. It's like, okay, if I want to go out, okay, I can because I have this much work. If I want to go out, okay, maybe I can't because I have to take care of this and that and that. So it's progressing, but it's like, it's not nothing I'm really like freaking out, panicking about, because I know it's sustainable. So.
Well, that's good. Seems like you have a little bit, your plans are getting more concrete each time we meet, which is good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay. I do have a question for you, actually. Do you feel as if you know what your purpose is in life? Like, do you think you know what your purpose is?
I don't personally feel like at this point in my life that this is just my personal opinion right now. My opinion can change at any time going down in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, I feel like when it comes to the term purpose and people knowing their purpose, I feel like a lot of people won't know their purpose because you're on this earth to find out what it is, but you never know if you're going to get that right then at a young age, middle age, or even right there at an older age. So if you ask me a question right now, no, because I feel like right now my purpose isn't fully being fulfilled. I feel like small bits and pieces of it is right now, like that could be a possibility, but fulfilling my full purpose and things like that, do I know what that is? No. And is that okay with me? Yeah, because like I said, I feel like some people find out what their purpose is at different times. So yeah, that's why I can't go real deep into that, because it's something I'm not really fully into right now.
And that's not a bad thing, honestly. Like you said, everyone realizes their purpose at different points in times in their life. And I love your outlook that you have. You stating that just because you don't know your purpose now, or you don't think that you're living in your true purpose now, doesn't mean that won't happen in the future, or in the next hour. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even though I'm not feeling like I know my full purpose and feel like I'm fulfilling my full purpose now, like I said, I'm doing bits and pieces of things that I feel like could be signs or little hints that, hey, this is going to be within your full purpose. So like simple things as in helping people out, giving them my last, giving advice, looking out for others, motivating people. Those are little bit of things that mean a lot to people, but to me it might not be a big thing because that's just something I know I want to do, or feel like I'm meant to do, or feel like I'm helping make a better outlook or better place. So that's why I say bits and pieces. Like, right, could be that right now, but know my full purpose fully right now, no. Like I said, it's okay because you never know down the road when you fully find that. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're still, kind of, I don't want to say you're still kind of getting on your feet, but you're still, figuring out how you want your life to be. So that makes sense,
Well, that's why there's a such thing as growing in your purpose. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that because people are like, how can you grow into your purpose? It's like, well, when you're a young child, you do something, you learn a concept, or you learn something more to life. Then when you become a teenager, young adult, in your late 30s, early 30s, early 40s, things like that. You start to learn and take bits and things into those stages and ages, and you start to grow into a better person, grow into things. And like when I mean about growing to things, I mean like grow into certain things that may teach you become a better you, which ultimately can help you figure out what your purpose could be, or figure out how you're growing into what you're meant to be, which could be your purpose. So, because that's just how I feel.
Awesome.
And that's just, like I said, ultimately my opinion. Anybody have a different opinion on purpose.
Exactly. It's ultimately your opinion because it's your life and your purpose, your truth, your choices, all you. But that's all we have time for today. It's been a great session.
Appreciate you.
Of course. Same time next week.
That's fine.
Okay. Let's let the healing continue.